it broke out of this basing pattern. It flagged, consolidated. My guess is the next move breaks through all of this. And so that tells us that Sui is still the fastest horse in the race.
Yeah.
ETH, different question, because I think can play catch up. But if we look at this, it just looks like it's flagging here again. And the next move is again the move where we should see a dramatic outperformance of Sui versus Sol. And that's how I really simplify everything, because if we've got one dominant factor and the dominant factor being liquidity, therefore everything is correlated. So therefore, just do one chart against the other and choose the strongest asset without going too far out the risk curve. Because sure, we can go to memes and stuff, but it becomes a harder game to play.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Powell's back, talking banana zone, crypto surges, macro trends, wild price moves, and where it's all going. Let's dive in.
Here's the same kind of period in 2021. So it happened in Jan that time around.
Yeah.
That drop went from 70-something% down to, 38% in a few months.
That's crazy.
Right? That's alt season. We saw it here back in 2017, which I think is a very similar one. It started like in Feb 17. I mean, that went from 95 to 35.
Yeah.
What's interesting is Bitcoin dominance over time is falling. So the peaks are always less. The low seems, the lows seem to be roughly equal, but it suggests to us that we should come somewhere back down here, and it happens fast. It happens in 2, 3, 4 months.
So what's your current construct on how you want to play the next 2 or 3 months with the potential for we never really got an alt season last year, in my opinion, nothing to the extent of 2017.
No, I mean, my bet has been, as you know, has been Sui, because it's outperformed everything.
Yeah.
It just keeps going up, correcting, going up, correcting, going up, correcting. So it does all the right things. It outperforms all of the time. And I don't see any reason why that's going to stop. I mean, people argue a lot about, low free float VC tokens. People don't understand a simple fact is that a low free float in a bull market goes up more. Anybody who's ever traded at emerging markets knows this. And that's what happens. And in a bear market, they get killed more. It's as simple as that, because you've got less available supply and a lot of demand, because there's a lot of attention on Sui and other things like this. And so it tends to work really, really well. It's also one of the factors why NFTs do well in bull markets, because there's a limited supply and a lot of attention drives to it. And so prices go stratospheric. It's a very similar construct. So that's my main bet now. It's pretty simple to me, because if I look at this is the Solana Sui chart. If I look at it on a weekly basis.
Bitcoin ETF saw a notable dip in institutional interest during Q1 2025, raising concerns about whether big players are losing confidence or simply playing cautious amid market turbulence. BlackRock's flagship Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, experienced a 15.6% drop in average fund allocation, according to SEC filings. Perhaps the most surprising move came from the state of Wisconsin, which completely exited its $321 million position in IBIT, signaling a full retreat from the Bitcoin ETF scene. Millennium Management followed suit, cutting its IBIT stake by 41% and exiting the Invesco Galaxy Bitcoin ETF altogether. However, it wasn't a total exit from the crypto space. Millennium boosted its exposure to BTC Veil ARC 21 shares in Grayscale mini products. Similarly, Revan Howard trimmed its IBIT holdings by over 15%. The pullback comes during a rough patch for Bitcoin. Prices slid nearly 12% in Q1, dropping from a high of $109,000 to $76,000. A key factor in the sell-off? A collapse in the basis trade. Once offering juicy 15 to 20% returns, It plummeted below 4% in March. That decline stripped hedge funds of easy profits, prompting caution. Still, Q2 brought a shift, with the premium bouncing back to nearly 9% and $5.2 billion in ETF inflows since April. Bitcoin is again flirting with highs around $103,000. The big question now, can demand hold?
The long-term chart of ETH is a thing of beauty. I've never kind of lost the faith in ETH and just haven't invested in it much, except by the longer-term thing. I mean, I think the entire financial system builds on ETH. I think there's no other chain that they will build on top of to the depth that they will here. But this chart, we'll get rid of all this DMARC indicator stuff that nobody understands except me. I can't.
Definitely do not understand.
For some reason, I can't get rid of it. But basically, this is a flag pattern. When this goes, ETH has its next move up, wherever it goes to. That's a shocking chart if this plays out, because it will change everybody's narrative again about ETH. I still think ETH from here, could it outperform Solana? It's possible. It's possible. Just because what I think is coming is, as the financial system comes, you don't get fired for building on ETH. My idea is ETH is Microsoft. I've never been to a bank, an insurance company, a large corporate that has Apple Macs. It's all on Microsoft. Why? Because it's an operating system that everybody can use, and you can hire people, fire people, bring in new people, and they don't have to learn something new. But if you were to build the entire financial system on SUI, everyone has to learn a move language. There's less number of developers. It's not had the Lindy effects that ETH has. Now, also, the banks lower the layer 2 because they feel like they've got control over certain things, but it still has the finality of settlement to layer 1. So I think ETH is probably going to shock people going forwards. But, XRP looks like it will too, and so does Doge. So it's kind of like everything's correlated.
Yeah.
But if we can break that high, let's say 4,300 high, it's going to really explode.
Dave Portnoy, the outspoken president of Barstool Sports, is stirring the crypto pot again, this time with a bold claim. What if XRP is the next Bitcoin? Speaking at the Consensus 2025 crypto event, Portnoy revealed he's placing his bet on XRP, not meme coins, despite not being fully convinced of its long-term future. He admits he's driven by one powerful force, FOMO. Portnoy shared a past frustration, getting outbid on a Miami apartment by a so-called Bitcoin crypto bro, who had likely bought BTC back when it was $7 or $8. Laughing through his irritation, Portnoy highlighted just how massively Bitcoin has grown, and how it's become a symbol of financial transformation. That lingering sense of missing out is what drew him to XRP. With XRP currently priced around $2.30, it reminded him of Bitcoin's early days. That's why I'm in XRP, he said, it's FOMO. He doesn't claim to have deep conviction in XRP's fundamentals, but the psychology behind investing, especially in crypto, is often emotional. Portnoy has dabbled in Bitcoin before, even promising to buy $10 million worth if it dipped to $40,000. Now, as Bitcoin hovers near $100,000, he's looking for the next underdog. Could XRP really be it? If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.